There are moments when the earth quietly reveals how differently it measures time. One such moment found me walking along a riverbed in the foothills of the Himalayas. There was no destination, no hurry, just a river and countless stones beneath my feet. At first they looked ordinary, but the longer I stood there, the more extraordinary they became. Some were smooth like polished marble. Others carried delicate stripes as though someone had painted them by hand. Some were almost perfectly round. Others looked like hearts or sleeping birds or ancient sculptures left behind by a forgotten civilization. Not one was exactly like another, and yet every one of them seemed peaceful. I bent down and picked up one. It rested perfectly in my hand. Its surface was so smooth that it felt almost alive. And then I found myself asking, who made this? Not a sculptor, not an artist, not even the river. The answer was time. Long before this stone reached my hand, it belonged to a mountain, perhaps high in the Himalayas. It knew nothing but stillness. Then one winter, water entered a tiny creek. The water froze, the ice expanded, the mountain released a fragment of itself. That single moment began a journey that may have lasted thousands of years. The river carried it, sometimes gently, sometimes violently. It collided with other rocks. It disappeared beneath sand. It emerged again, monsoon after monsoon, century after century, until every sharp corner had quietly disappeared, not because the river was powerful, but because the river was patient. I realized the river never forces the stone to change. It simply never stops loving it with movement. Standing there, another thought arrived. Could there be stones like this somewhere else in the universe? Mars once had rivers. Today they are dry, but the rounded pebbles left behind tell us that flowing water once shaped them, just as this river has shaped this. And perhaps somewhere around another distant star, another river is still flowing, another stone is still being polished, another world is quietly writing the same story. We do not know. What we do know is that among all the places we have explored, the earth is still the only world where rivers continue to perform the ancient miracle before our eyes. As I continued walking, something unexpected caught my attention. Among these timeless stones lay a broken brick. Its edges were still sharp. Its corners still resisted the touch of time. It looked strangely out of place, not because it was made by human hands, but because it had not yet traveled long enough. And I pondered, perhaps people are like that too. We arrive in life with sharp edges, opinions, pride, impatience, certainty. Then life begins its quiet work, not through a single dramatic event, but through ordinary days, disappointments, acts of kindness, unexpected losses, forgiveness, love. Like water over stone, they rarely change us all at once, yet somehow they do. We often ask life for strength, but perhaps that is the wrong answer, the wrong prayer. Perhaps the deeper gift is gentleness. These stones have not become beautiful because they resisted the river. They have become beautiful because over time they allowed themselves to be shaped. The mountain lost a rock, the river found a stone. and over again something beautiful. As I left the riverbed, I chose not to take a stone with me. It belonged to a journey much older than mine. Instead, I carried home a different thought. Perhaps life is not wearing us down. Perhaps it is polishing us patiently, silently, day after ordinary day, until one morning someone holds our life just for a moment and feels not the sharpness we once carried, but the quiet strength that only time, love, and the patient river of life could ever create. Perhaps the greatest miracle is not that mountains become stones. Perhaps the greatest miracle is that hearts can become gentle. You are listening to Yeningthagi Whispers of Life. The river does not hurry the stone, it simply keeps flowing. Perhaps that is how life shapes us too.